Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Ms. Marvel makes major contributions to the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Kamala Khan, a superfan of Captain Marvel, who, through a family heirloom bangle, acquires the power to cast Hard Light. Hard Light sounds like a type of beer. When I was a kid, I tried to request at a college party before I knew what beer was. Does that keg have a hard light in it? Okay, I'll leave. It remains a mystery what exactly this hard light is, whether it comes from an extraterrestrial source or something rooted in Kamala's Pakistani heritage. Also a mystery why they had to change it for Kamala's embiggening powers in the comics. But I can tell you, my friends, this series is already telling us, and my interview with the directors has confirmed that there is actually a lot more to this story, and I think we're about to hear some magical words of Inhumans and Terrigenesis. Yes, this girl is connected to this dude. I'm gonna explain how. Now, the best way you can support what we do here at New Rockstars is to check out our Ms. Marvel inspired Cosmic Daydream. I love this design. When you get this, you'll get the added option to write in a custom shout out that will appear at the bottom of our Ms. Marvel after shows. So I interviewed Adil and Bilall, the awesome dudes who directed the first and the final episodes of the season, and I asked them specifically about Kamala's power set, and I was so surprised how much they revealed. How much can you talk about where exactly her powers come from?
So when we came on the project, there was this, it was described as hard light. And with the production team and the visual effects, we really wanted to capture the spirit of the comic book. So you still have, those aspects of the big in hand, or, when she's not in control of her power and like her body's changing as a teenager. But, if you go further in the episodes, she's going to get more and more control of her power and
it's going to evolve.
And in the last episode is the real deal, yo.
Yeah, the real deal.
Yeah, so a major takeaway here, Kamala's powers are still evolving. We have not yet seen her final form, which they described as the real deal. So backing up a little here, in the Marvel comics are a subset of characters called Inhumans. They were created by the Kree, the advanced alien race from the Captain Marvel film, known for being imperialistic assholes.
Prick.
Thousands of years ago, the Kree experimented on the humans of Earth, exposing them to technology called Terrigen Mist, which causes one to be enveloped in a cocoon and then come out of it with superpowers. This process is called Terrigenesis. This is how we got Black Bolt, Medusa, Karnak, Maximus, all the other Inhumans seen on that short-lived Inhumans Marvel TV series on ABC. Terrigen Mist, Kree tech, and Inhumans were also a big part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Daisy went through Terrigenesis and came out as Quake with seismic powers. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness just established that Anson Molt, Black Bolt, same actor from the Inhuman series, exists in the 838 universe as, quote, Keeper of the Terrigen Mist. Just the fact that they use that term is a very big deal, especially when we consider Multiverse of Madness was the MCU title directly preceding Ms. Marvel. Now, in the 2014 Ms. Marvel comics that this series is based on, Kamala Khan gets her powers after exposure from the Terrigen Mist. She is, in a sense, an Inhuman. Leading up to this, there was a conflict between Thanos and Black Bolt. Thanos came to Earth looking for his son, and Black Bolt's like, get the F out of here, but obviously didn't use those words because no. So Black Bolt detonates a Terrigen bomb that causes the mist to flow into Jersey City, where it hits Kamala. By the way, the first episode of Ms. Marvel snuck in a QR code on the ATM in Bruno's Circle Q shop, where if you scan it, it takes you to that 2014 Ms. Marvel #1, where you can read the storyline yourself for free. Also, we should note that that same mist hits Kamran, who also becomes an Inhuman with the power of bioluminescence. And Kamran will now appear in the show as Kamala's crush. But like all things that transform, there's probably more than meets the eye. But anyway, when Kamala goes into her Terrigen cocoon, she sees visions of her favorite Avengers, Captain Marvel, Captain America, Iron Man. And as a particular fan of Carol Danvers, she exits the cocoon looking like Carol, Caucasian with blonde hair, but with stretchy limbs. And she rescues Zoe Zimmer by embiggening her hand and catching her. Shortly after this, Kamala realizes she can just look like herself, which is how we get the superhero Kamala Khan in the Marvel comics. Now, the Disney Plus series has yet to confirm how exactly the live-action version of Kamala fits into all that. And while we do see her embiggening hand catching Zoe Zimmer this episode, some fans are still scratching their heads as to why the series is depicting her powers as hard light instead of just her arms and hands embiggening. Is Marvel Studios turning Kamala Khan into Green Lantern for no reason? No. I very much think Marvel Studios is going to confirm Kamala Khan as an Inhuman, the byproduct of Kree technology, and they're just doing it in a more grounded and spiritual way. It is an adaptation from the comics, and I think it is the right move. See, with every MCU title, especially origin stories, the powers the hero uses in the first act of the story are rarely their final form. As was the case with Tony Stark in the first Iron Man, and even with Wanda Maximoff in WandaVision. Good stories are about characters who change over the course of the story. And this is what the directors were referring to by evolving and the real deal. When Kamala first clips on that bangle, a layer of light coats over her body and then she drops into another realm before coming right back out of it with the ability to cast light as she is wearing her Captain Marvel cosplay. This hard light, by the way, is not the sturdiest stuff in the world. It dissipates at random, it crumbles when bullets are fired at it. So I think that layer of light wisping over her arms, the realm she dropped into, and the hard light that she now projects all represent the Terrigen Mist and the cocoon, and they are temporary. The hard light, I believe, are pieces of that cocoon that she is shedding off like scales and flakes. And eventually she will deplete this hard light, revealing her new evolved form underneath it, which will look something closer to the real deal stretchy Kamala Khan comics readers know and love. But this video is brought to you by The Ridge. The Ridge wallet is light and sleek and industrial. It's designed to fit in your front pocket, unlike those bulky old school wallets that make you look like you're smuggling an 80s car phone in your back pocket. Check it out. There are over 30 colors, including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. It holds up to 12 cards and still has room for cash. Card and gold dollars. This is what they call the Black Damascus. Only the finest for my front pockets. Every Ridge wallet comes with a lifetime guarantee, and they'll let you test drive it for 45 days and send it back for a full refund if you don't love it. The wallets have over 40,000 five-star reviews. It's made with an RFID blocking technology that protects you from those digital pickpocketers. They also have other cool products like this commuter backpack. It's weatherproof and great for toting around a laptop. This month actually marks 9 years since the Ridge started, and they're celebrating with a special sale. So get 15% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns by going to ridge.com/newrockstars. That's ridge.com/newrockstars and use code newrockstars. Find the link in the video's description. The hard light is just her subconscious's crumbly paper-mache looking cosplay imitation of the powers of Carol Danvers, because Kamala at that moment was dressed like Carol Danvers when this activation occurred. This is all taking the form of wish fulfillment. 11:11 on the side of her home when she got home. 11:11, the time of day one makes a wish. The hard light is just what Kamala thinks she wants, but it is not her final form. In fact, in the closing credits, the graffiti even shows an actual Kamala Khan embiggened hand catching Zoe. No hard light there, just the real deal. So why did they change it from the comics? I'm only speaking for myself here. I can't speak on behalf of the show or the cast or Marvel Studios, but I think this series just needed to invent a transitional stage of Kamala's Terrigenesis that was not a Pakistani American girl changing her body into that of a white woman. I get it. I love the comics. The themes of Kamala's self-image work so well in the pages of those comics. G. Willow Wilson wrote an amazing story, but think about it. If Disney Plus were to drop a trailer and the first few episodes of a very high-profile, episodic, week-by-week Disney Plus streaming series, all of these titles hyper-analyzed by social media who do not wait for nuance and are just craving for a reason to complain and cancel something, that would have been a tough sell, both for the actress they cast as Kamala Khan or for whatever Caucasian actress they cast. If that is the reason, I totally understand the producers they cast not wanting to try to explain that. So they had to come up with some kind of transitory middle step, one that they can evolve past, but one that still looks cool and fun to play with in the meantime. And that, my friends, is hard light, a cosmic form of cosplay. It looks like glowing paper mache that Kamala wears over her body. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. I think they did a pretty good job if that was their goal. But looking ahead at the series, if we assume that Kamala is in the middle of her Terrigenesis process, to complete that evolution, since this bangle was given to her by her maternal grandmother, her Nani, Kamala will have to reconnect with her family roots in Pakistan. Because when she first entered that cocoon, remember, she was surrounded by dozens of shadowy figures. She did not see Carol Danvers or Cap or Tony like she did in the comics. She saw rows and rows of faceless heroes. I think the visual parallels with the ancestral plane are not by accident, because like T'Challa seeing shadowy panthers who represented his ancestors, I think these faces, Kamala's true heroes, will be revealed to be her Pakistani ancestors, with her Nani being revealed as a Kree tech formed Inhuman as well. This Nani was the daydreamer who Kamala's mother Muniba broke away from to come to America. And when I asked the directors about Muniba having speed powers, which was probably just a joke in the episode, they did have this interesting answer gets her.
Well, I mean, for us, we see that her mom and the father and actually her family and friends, those are the real superpowers of Kamala Khan in our opinion. These are the real, our little Avengers group, you know, that's basically what.
So there you go. Kamala begins this season embarrassed by her father, who wants to cosplay as the Hulk, and I think she's gonna end this season really proud of him. And who knows, maybe this guy even has actual strength powers. Like, he did mention how he doesn't check his mirrors when he drives. Is this guy actually invulnerable? I think we are looking at a whole family of Inhumans, all part of Kamala's bloodline, descending from Anani, who I think became an Inhuman after some experiments by those asshole Kree. Yes, they're still assholes, but they do give us some pretty cool shit, and that is how she is connected to him. Just be glad you didn't ask him, because his breath is terrible. We will see as the season goes, but I want to hear your thoughts on this. Comment down below. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Thank you for watching. Bye.